Yeah, I mean, first, want to thank the fans for coming out, students especially. I mean, you see the student section during the football game, it's as good as it gets. And to see them come out and just to have that energy in the gym, I mean, it just makes such a huge difference compared to what we experienced last year. And so really want to thank the students for coming out. We need them there. We need as many of them as we can, and to make this like it normally is one of the toughest places for teams to come in and play. And I think that's what we did tonight. I mean, that Detroit team that, if you look at the final number, that's a team that's picked fifth in the horizon, but also, they had 2 first-place votes. With so many new guys, you can tell they're still trying to figure out their place and some of their roles. But they had our full attention. When you have a player the caliber of Antoine Davis who can single-handedly beat you. He did that a number of times to a number of teams last year, and not just from a team standpoint, which I thought we did a tremendous job. Just as a team, you can't guard him with just one man, but the effort that X made to sit down and guard him, and X was challenged pretty good by me after one of our last scrimmage, when I just thought that I expect so much from him, just and really on the defensive end. He's one of those guys that just he can really guard, but for whatever reason, and he was coming back off of quarantine and all that crap, but he's really that his effort on Davis to basically force Davis to shoot 18 shots and only score 16 points, and he had to earn every single shot that he got, and that just X, but just then our help behind the defense, and I think what you saw was just one, just the maturity of our team. The ability to handle a scouting report, not to make mistakes. I thought we did a really good job with our discipline and effort, and that comes with being able to really practice. That's last year we never practiced, and so now to be able to really practice and develop those habits, and I think you saw the kind of the fruit of our labor. But collectively, just a really good job. Jo, I thought I've been saying for a while now, he's really taken that next step. His body's popped finally come May, gained 15 pounds, and he just puts in so much work that eventually it was going to pay off. And for him to come out and play the way he did, it was good for me, good for us to see that, good for him to see that, because it really, when you have a guy like him, you add Thompson, who he hadn't done anything for basically 3 weeks, has only been back for a few days because he got mono. For him to give the minutes that he gave, and his ability to rebound, which I've been telling guys, he can rebound at the 4. He's not a great rebounder at the 5, but he can rebound at the 4. And those extra possessions that he created and that we created, that really allowed us to kind of break their back in the first half. But that's a team that the final score is not indicative of that team and the number of games that team will win, especially once they get to league and they get their guys back. It was a big blow for them when Waterman got out, because Waterman he's a hard guard. We focused a lot on him and trying to minimize his attempts, and we did a good job on that front. So overall, good job by our guys. Good to get the win, and now we got to move forward to Pine Bluff on Sunday. Cody.
You said the other day you want to see where your team stands after this one when you leave the building tonight. What is your overall assessment?
Well, it's still November 10th. Got a long ways to go. But I feel like just to see us collectively in the way that we defended, you look at the numbers that Detroit last year. They were an elite team offensively. They struggled defensively, but offensively, they were elite. And so for us to hold a team like them to 31% shooting, that didn't happen very many times last year. And so for us to come out and put forth that effort on the defensive end, just like I said, just happy for our guys, because I said they did a really good job, and Coach DeWeese did a really good job with the scouting report, because we didn't have any intel, because they didn't have any exhibition games. They did 2 secret scrimmages like we did. The people that they scrimmaged were, they kept it a secret, so it wasn't like we got a lot of intel from any of those people, and so we really had to base it off of last year. And so Coach DeWeese did a really good job of really trying to figure out what we thought they were going to come in and do, how we can limit or force. You're never going to stop Davis, but we wanted to really force him into if he's going to shoot threes, he's going to have to shoot them from the NBA line, and if not, he's going to be running into bodies, and we're going to force him to shoot a lot of tough non-paint twos, and that's what we did. And so Coach DeWeese did a really good job of really putting us in a good position to have the defensive effort that we did.
Jeff, what does it say about X that, on a night when everyone else is having fun scoring and hitting threes and dunking, that he took on that challenge, which was really the key to the game of being the defensive stoppers?
Yeah, that's the challenge he wants. I mean, that's why he was on the floor for pretty much 38, 40 minutes a game last year towards the last month and a half of the season. The same guy that, when we go and beat Oregon State on the road, I mean, the second half, he locked down Thompson in that game. And so he's not a crazy, he's not like he's just a crazy athletic guy, but what he is, his mind works at a way different speed. I mean, his processor is at a high level. So he can really figure out things. He really understands angles. And, he's a deal where, I said, for our guys, and the beauty of this year is that, and you don't have Kenny Foster available, is that we have different guys that if you're trying to take one thing away or trying to take one guy away, we got a lot of guys that can make shots. I mean, I can look down at the bench, and when you see a guy like Wenzel there who, for him, that was really his first Division I game. I mean, he redshirted his first year at Utah. He transfers in at semester. He played like 3 minutes of like an exhibition game. And so for him, he hadn't played really in 3 years. So for him to come out and do what he did, that was good to see. But just a really good effort by X. And like I said, he got challenged pretty good by me after the one scrimmage. And so it's good for him to bounce back like that and give the performance that he did.
Went to Ike a lot there on the offensive end. How much did you see that open things up just for everybody else on the court, knowing that they had to account for that in the paint?
Yeah, it's, when you have a guy like him, that's, the ball's going to go in a bunch. Our guys know that, and, he's a guy that is special down there. I mean, he's special. And the attention that he'll draw, you have to decide, okay, pick your poison if you want to go one-on-one. And really tonight, he missed, being his first game, and he missed some that he probably normally doesn't miss in the first half, but he's a guy that you have to decide. If you're going to guard him one-on-one, you're going to be in for a long night. He's going to put up a lot of points. And then now if you want to double, he's a guy that, he can see the floor, he can pick you apart with the pass. And we've been working on that a ton. Knowing that he was going to basically be getting doubled a bunch this year. We've been doubling him for 5,000 possessions over the course of the summer and the fall. And so he's seen it from every which way, every different angle. And hopefully it's my job to put him in position to where he can get those touches in the right places. And I thought our guys did a good job of getting the ball. And they know, too, by getting him the ball that good things are going to happen. And for us as a team, with our ability to shoot the three, but, you can't live and die with the three. And when you can get that ball inside to Graham, and then you have the ability to get the ball inside with Maldonado with the dribble down, you just put so much pressure on the other team. So now they start sucking in, and now you're getting those paint touch and rotation threes that we're going to shoot at a really high percentage.
Jeff, how impressive. 6 turnovers, 16 assists for your guys tonight.
Yeah, it's an emphasis, and when you recruit guys that can pass, handle, and shoot, and that can make good decisions, that's what happens. That's why you got to recruit guys with feel, and you got to recruit guys that know how to play, because you can't lose the possessions battle, and that was what we talked about with the guys before the games, that we got to find a way to get more shots in these guys, and the way that you get more shots is, 1, don't turn it over, and 2, get extra possessions by getting you on the offensive glass, and I think we did both of those tonight.
Did Maldo play like the old man you were looking for? It seemed like he was in control of the tempo and just getting things off to a good start with some nice passes for dunks and things like that.
Yeah, he did exactly what I expected him to do. For him to have 19, 9, 0 turnovers, that's, he's a guy that could be a triple-double guy almost every night. And his ability to see the floor, is, and especially when we got the guys around him, it just makes us that much harder to guard. He shot the ball really well in our 2 exhibitions, our 2 scrimmages from the 3, and so would have liked for him to see that last one go in. The first one he shot, I didn't necessarily agree with him in terms of that being a good shot, or the shot that he shot at the end of the half. But when you put forth the effort that he does, in practice, but practice, in terms of everything. I mean, he does everything that you want him to do, and so I'll live with the occasional, him deciding to try to take things in his own hands. But when he plays at his pace, I mean, he's really, really good, and that's what he did tonight.